Chosen one, stop scrolling right now. Not later, not after another video. Watch this message completely alone. Take one deep breath, slowly. Let the heavy noise leave your mind for a single moment, because heaven has actively intervened in your life today. You feel that? That quiet ache, sitting heavy in the back of your chest right now. It is the profound exhaustion you cannot explain, even when your physical body has rested in bed for many long and quiet hours. I need you to stop running from this strange feeling. Something massive shifted in the spiritual atmosphere over the last 72 hours. You have been fighting unseen battles that nobody else understands. You protect people who never even bother to check on your fragile heart. You wake up feeling like you just ran a long marathon while you were fast asleep, and yet you put on a brave smile and walk out the door every single morning as if absolutely nothing is wrong with your weary soul. Listen carefully to my words. This strange isolation you are feeling right now is not a punishment. God is pulling you away from the daily noise because your next season cannot be entered with chaos attached to your spirit. Do not click away. What heaven is about to reveal will finally make perfect sense of every silent tear you cried in secret. The Holy Spirit orchestrated this precise intersection in time for a very specific and urgent reason. There is a woman who desperately needs your help right now. I am not talking about someone asking for your money or your physical labor. This is a purely spiritual emergency. Her soul is crying out in the dark. Heaven has selected your unique frequency to answer her silent plea. You might not know her physical face yet. You might not even know her real name, but your deeply sensitive spirits have been intrinsically linked in the unseen realm long before you were even born into this chaotic physical world. Why do you think your energy has been plummeting without any logical explanation recently? You thought you were just getting old or weak. You thought it was a mental darkness creeping back into your tired mind. But the absolute truth is that your deeply empathetic spirit has been acting as a human shield for her. You have been subconsciously sending out your own vital life force to keep her from completely shattering under the heavy weight of her current trials. You are carrying her heavy burdens while your physical body tries to desperately sleep. This draining dynamic cannot continue exactly as it is today. If you keep bleeding out your spiritual energy without knowing the divine rules, you will entirely collapse. God did not call you to be a permanent martyr. He called you to be a fiercely discerning warrior. Before I tell you exactly what you must do for this distressed woman, I need you to recognize the true magnitude of your own power. Most chosen ones never learn this crucial lesson, and they remain exhausted forever. Take another deep breath for me right now. Type 111 in the comments to affirm your physical presence. I need your full and undivided attention here. Do you remember feeling a sudden wave of intense sadness yesterday afternoon? It washed over you completely, out of nowhere. You were having a normal day, and then, suddenly, your stomach dropped. That was her direct emotional transmission, reaching out across the distance and making direct contact with your incredibly open and unprotected spirit. Heaven heard her desperate prayers for rescue, but instead of sending an angel of light, God decided to send a grounded intercessor who knows exactly what it feels like to survive the brutal fire. He chose you because you have already walked through that exact same suffocating darkness. You are absorbing the shockwaves of her spiritual warfare right now, but there is a sacred protocol you must follow to help her without destroying yourself. If you try to save her using your own human strength, the enemy will simply drain your remaining life force entirely dry. We will unlock that powerful divine shield together right now, so you can safely fulfill this massive calling. Before I reveal the deeper truth about this woman in distress, we must completely break a heavy lie you have believed for decades. You have always been told that you are simply too sensitive. People warned you that your pure heart is way too soft for this cruel world. They made you feel incredibly foolish for caring so deeply. You gave away your last drop of energy to people who only wanted to use you. They took your warm light and left you sitting alone in the cold dark. It made you bitter for a short season. You started to view your deep compassion as a terrible curse. You wished you could just turn off your feelings completely. You wanted to be comfortably numb like everyone else around you. Listen carefully to me right now. Your kindness was never a weakness. It was a rigorous divine test you did not even know you were taking, and you passed with absolute flying colors. The Matrix wants you to believe that empathy is a crippling character flaw, but heaven recognizes your tender heart as the ultimate weapon of mass spiritual destruction. You are not merely an empath who absorbs random emotions from the busy street. You are a divinely appointed intercessor. This is exactly why you feel so unbelievably exhausted after seemingly normal conversations with certain people. You are not experiencing clinical depression or social anxiety. Your spirit is actively fighting heavy battles in the unseen realm while you just stand there. You act as a living human shield for the broken souls wandering aimlessly around you. When you walk into a crowded room, your frequency immediately begins scanning for hidden pain. You absorb their toxic spiritual debris so they can finally experience a brief moment of true peace. You do the heavy lifting in the spirit world while they walk away feeling surprisingly light and completely healed. But you are always left holding their heavy emotional garbage all alone. God designed your specific spiritual architecture to be able to handle this massive weight. He made your shoulders incredibly broad in the spirit realm. He fortified your brilliant mind so you could process the darkest pain without losing your own sanity entirely. The sleepers could never survive a single day in your active mind. This brings us back to the desperate woman who is calling out to you in the spirit right now. God completely trusts you with her fragile soul because you have proven your incredible resilience over and over again. You survived the brutal wilderness completely alone. You walked through the burning fire and you came out completely purified. You kept your heart incredibly soft in a world that tried to make you ruthless. That is the true mark of a powerful chosen one. Do not ever apologize for the massive depth of your selfless love again. Every time someone completely betrayed your trust, God was carefully watching your dark reaction. He saw you forgive those who never even asked for a basic apology. He witnessed you pouring out healing energy from a cup that was already entirely empty and bone dry. The universe takes detailed notes on every single ounce of beautiful energy you freely give away. The corrupted system tries to convince you that nice people always finish last, but in the eternal spiritual kingdom, the pure intercessors are always seated at the master table. Your season of being a disposable footstool for their fragile egos is permanently over. The universe is flipping the script on your entire life. But to step into this new authority, you must stop casting your sacred pearls before ungrateful swine. Your energy is a highly expensive divine currency today. You can no longer afford to spend it on cheap drama or shallow worldly relationships. The heavy burden of healing ignorant people who deliberately want to stay broken is officially lifted from your tired shoulders today. Let them walk their own miserable path. You are now being actively reassigned to a much higher and more critical mission. Your spiritual radar is being fine-tuned to locate the exact people heaven desperately wants you to save. And this mysterious crying woman is your very first major assignment in this new upgraded season. Take a deep breath to center your scattered mind. It is time to step firmly into your true power. Now we must lift the heavy veil and reveal the true identity of this desperate woman. She is not a random stranger passing by you on a crowded city street. She is intimately connected to your specific spiritual bloodline and you share the exact same frequency of deep pain and profound resilience. She is fighting a fierce battle against the very same demons you already defeated. The corrupted matrix has completely surrounded her mind with heavy walls of deception. She feels entirely alone in her dark room right now. She thinks nobody understands the heavy weight she carries. But heaven heard her silent cries, and God immediately pointed at your glowing spirit because you hold the exact master key to her freedom. You are the only one who can truly reach her. You see, you are the designated cycle breaker of your entire family lineage. You walked through that exact same hell, and you successfully found the hidden exit. You built a powerful spiritual immunity to the toxic poison that is currently draining her life force. God did not choose a random angel to save her, because angels have never tasted bitter human sorrow, and they cannot understand her specific pain. He needed a fiercely tested intercessor who knows the brutal sting of absolute betrayal. He chose you because you know exactly how to navigate the darkest valleys without losing your inner light. The universe is asking you to transmit your earned wisdom directly into her shattered spirit today. You do not even need to speak a single physical word to her face. This rescue mission operates entirely outside the normal bounds of physical human communication. Your pure energy will travel through the unseen realms to wrap around her shivering soul. Before we send this massive wave of healing power, we must secure your own protective boundaries. Gently, like this video, not for an algorithm, but as a physical declaration to the universe that you are in alignment. We do this to firmly lock your sacred frequency before engaging the enemy lines. The dark forces keeping her trapped are incredibly territorial, and they will fiercely push back because they want to keep her totally exhausted. She cannot step into her own divine authority right now. They are absolutely terrified because they sense your powerful light rapidly approaching her dark prison. You might be asking why God allows her to suffer this terrible pain right now. The delay in her rescue is never a denial of His absolute love. The heavy pressure is slowly crushing her superficial ego so her true spirit can finally awaken. She is being carefully prepared to carry a massive blessing, but she is currently stuck in the painful transition, and she desperately needs your light. Your specific role is to be the spiritual midwife in this critical moment of awakening. You are being called to stand in the gap and hold the line while she gathers her failing strength. Think about all the times you desperately wished someone would do that exact thing for you. You cried out for a savior, and nobody ever came to pull you out of the deep mud. But you did not drown in that terrible mud, because God became your ultimate rescue. Now, He is asking you to extend that exact same divine favor to this broken woman. She might be a physical friend who is too proud to admit she is silently breaking apart, or she might be a distant soul linked to you through a shared generational curse. This dark cycle must end today. Your intuition already knows exactly who she is deep down in your spirit. The moment I mentioned her pain, a specific face or a lingering feeling gently crossed your active mind. Do not dismiss that sudden thought as a foolish trick of the mind, because everything happening here is a divine appointment. The Holy Spirit is directly downloading her spiritual coordinates into your deeply perceptive mind right now. You are highly equipped for this exact divine assignment. You carry a mega deposit of spiritual authority that the dark system cannot ever counterfeit. When you finally release your focused intention toward her, the heavy chains holding her down will violently shatter. You are about to become the exact miracle that she has been desperately begging heaven to send. Before you can transmit this massive wave of healing, you must understand exactly how heaven prepared you for this moment. There are 3 undeniable signs that prove you are fully equipped for this heavy assignment. The elite matrix works incredibly hard to hide this specific truth from your awakening mind. They never want you to realize that your deep pain was actually a profound spiritual training program. Sign number 1 is the sudden and brutal clearing of your personal inner circle. Over the last few years, you watched close friends and family members walk away for absolutely no logical reason. You thought you did something terribly wrong to push them away. But heaven was deliberately executing a strict divine quarantine around your pure spirit. God intentionally isolated you to radically protect your frequency. The system wants you to feel utterly rejected and lonely, so you lower your high vibration. But the truth is that your energy was becoming far too potent for ordinary people to comfortably handle. If heaven left those familiar energy vampires in your sacred space, they would have completely drained your reserve. You are standing alone today because your frequency is pure enough to shatter heavy demonic chains. Sign number 2 is the severe physical exhaustion you experience in highly crowded physical spaces. You thought your body was simply breaking down or developing strange and random social anxiety. But your physical vessel was actually expanding to carry a much higher voltage of spiritual authority. Every time you felt dizzy around certain loud people, your spirit was actively reading their hidden motives. You were practicing your divine discernment without even consciously realizing it at the time. You learned exactly how to spot a dark spirit hiding behind a warm and friendly smile. The universe forced you to feel everything so deeply, so you could navigate the spiritual battlefield completely blindfolded. You are a highly calibrated instrument of divine intervention today. This leads us to the final confirmation. Sign number 3 is the strange and sudden emotional detachment you feel deep inside your heart right now. A few years ago, the betrayal of a close friend would absolutely destroy your entire week. You would cry for days and desperately try to fix the broken relationship. But recently you noticed that you simply observe the surrounding chaos without letting it penetrate your deep and lasting peace. You have officially entered your glorious season of quiet authority. You no longer react to the petty provocations of the dark and desperate matrix. Your pure silence has become an impenetrable fortress against their toxic daily attacks. This emotional detachment proves that you are finally ready to heal others without absorbing their dangerous karma. You can pull this woman out of the mud cleanly. But there is a massive spiritual danger you absolutely must avoid before proceeding. There is a sacred golden rule you must understand before you release your power to save her. Many chosen ones try to save broken souls and end up completely destroying their own peaceful lives. They bleed out their precious life force because they ignore this one strict boundary of spiritual warfare. If you do not apply this exact defensive protocol today, the dark entities attacking her will immediately latch onto your open spirit instead. The enemy is hoping you will make this exact rookie mistake. But I am going to guide you through this protective protocol in just a moment. We are about to issue a powerful divine decree that will permanently sever her chains and protect your vital energy. Prepare your heart and your mind for this massive and life-changing shift. Take one deep breath and firmly hold your ground, because the spiritual atmosphere in your quiet room is changing right now. You are stepping entirely out of your victim mindset and fully embracing your identity as a spiritual shield. The time for hiding in the dark shadows is permanently over for you. This is the precise moment heaven has been waiting for. The spiritual atmosphere is incredibly thick and completely charged with raw power right now. Close your physical eyes and focus your entire mind on my words, because I am about to speak a massive prophetic decree over your life. This divine command will instantly shatter the heavy chains holding that broken woman down. I declare that the dark, demonic assignment against her fragile soul is permanently cancelled today. By the absolute authority of the Creator, I command the dark forces to immediately release her tired mind. Your pure spiritual energy is wrapping around her shattered heart right in this exact second. Her heavy burdens will completely melt away into the distant shadows. But as you send this massive healing light, we must also protect your own sacred vessel. In the mighty name of heaven, I break every single parasitic cord attached to your spirit. The season of people ruthlessly draining your vital life force is officially over. You are no longer required to bleed out your precious energy to heal people who secretly enjoy their own misery. Every generational curse of poverty and intense emotional exhaustion stops with you right now. You are the definitive cycle breaker of your entire bloodline. The toxic karma that the enemy tried to heavily project onto your life is returning to sender immediately. The very traps they set to destroy your future have become their own inescapable prisons. Type 777 in the comments right now to claim this absolute breakthrough. Because you faithfully stood in the gap for another broken soul, the universe is unlocking your ultimate reward. A massive mega deposit of immense wealth and profound clarity is being released into your life. The heavy financial delay you experienced was merely preparation for this exact glorious moment. The corrupted system wanted you financially desperate, so you would settle for their worthless crumbs. But heaven is bypassing their broken matrix entirely today. You are stepping into an unprecedented era of effortless abundance and absolute freedom. The doors that were glued shut for many long years are now flying wide open. You hold the master keys now. Take a very slow and deep breath right now. Feel that heavy block of anxiety completely dissolving from the center of your chest. You just executed a flawless spiritual rescue mission without leaving your quiet room. You saved her fragile life while simultaneously liberating your own future. The brutal spiritual warfare you fought in secret is finally rewarding you in broad daylight. You are stepping completely out of survival mode. You are no longer the tired victim of a harsh and unfeeling world. You are a powerful intercessor who commands absolute respect in the unseen realm. The dark entities are trembling because they know your true identity is finally awakened. They can never trick you into giving your sacred power away for free ever again. The woman you just helped is already experiencing a profound shift in her daily reality. She woke up today with a strange sense of newfound hope in her heart. She does not know that your specific light reached across the dark void to catch her falling spirit. But the universe knows exactly what you did for her. Heaven keeps a flawless record of your deeply selfless and beautiful sacrifices. Do not doubt the massive power of the decree we just established together. The physical reality will soon bend to match this new spiritual truth, because your mega deposit is actively moving toward your physical hands right now. You are fully protected and heavily anointed for the amazing journey ahead. Let the profound tears of complete relief freely fall if they need to tonight. You have successfully completed your heavy assignment. The spiritual atmosphere in your room has completely shifted. You just released a massive wave of brilliant light. But your crucial work is not entirely finished yet today. You must learn exactly how to protect this massive victory, because the enemy is already plotting a counterattack against your peace. Many chosen ones make a terrible mistake right after a major breakthrough. They immediately lower their defenses when they should stay alert. When you radiate that much pure energy, the dark matrix immediately notices your location. The system will try to launch a swift attack against your mind. They will desperately try to steal your new peace before it settles firmly. This is exactly why you must establish absolute spiritual boundaries right now, and you cannot leave your energetic doors wide open anymore. You must firmly lock your frequency so the dark entities cannot enter. The very first rule of divine stewardship is absolute and complete silence. Do not speak about this profound experience to your worldly friends. They operate on a much lower frequency, and they will only mock your truth. Their harsh doubts will act like a dangerous virus in your fragile mind while you are trying to build your new reality. Stay completely silent about your upcoming mega deposit of wealth. True power never needs to announce its grand arrival to a crowded room. Silence is your ultimate defensive weapon against the corrupted system. Calm is your brand new, powerful spiritual authority. When you refuse to brag, the enemy cannot easily track your next move. You must also carefully cut the energetic bridge between you and that woman. You safely delivered the divine medicine to her fragile soul today, but you cannot drag her remaining physical weight on your tired back forever. She must walk the rest of her long journey using her own 2 feet. Your specific job as the chosen intercessor is officially complete for now. If you continue to deeply worry about her, you will accidentally rebuild the parasitic cord. Release her entirely into the highly capable hands of the divine creator. You must turn all your focus toward managing your own massive blessing, because a mega deposit requires a fiercely disciplined mind to hold it safely. The universe is dropping a heavy mantle of wealth and clarity onto your life. You must prepare your physical vessel to actually receive it properly. Do not let sudden financial miracles make you arrogant or incredibly careless. The Matrix will definitely send people from your past to test your new boundaries. They will suddenly text you out of nowhere, asking for a small favor, because they want to see if your energetic doors are still left unlocked. They will act like the heavy betrayals never even happened to you. This is a highly calculated test from the dark and desperate entities. They want to see if you will regress back into your old people-pleasing habits. You must ignore their toxic messages completely without any lingering guilt. You owe them absolutely no explanation for your sudden and quiet absence, and your pure energy is strictly off-limits to greedy energy vampires now. Another sneaky tactic the enemy uses is sending terrifying phantom emotions. You might suddenly feel a sharp wave of familiar anxiety tomorrow morning. Do not panic and quickly assume the heavy chains have returned to bind you. That sudden feeling is merely a hollow echo from your painful past. It is not your current spiritual reality anymore, and you must immediately dismiss it with quiet authority before it takes root. Tell the dark shadow that it has no legal right to stay here. Deep physical rest is highly required in this upgraded new season. Your physical body needs ample time to process the massive voltage of this spiritual upgrade. Sleep is absolutely not a sign of lazy weakness in a chosen one. Sleep is a profound spiritual strategy to integrate your new frequency safely and securely. Avoid crowded places filled with chaotic noise for at least a few days, because your deeply sensitive spirit needs absolute silence to heal properly. You no longer need to explain your complex soul to people committed to misunderstanding you. Let the deep stillness of this exact moment wrap completely around your tired shoulders and allow your heavy spiritual armor to fall away into the shadows. You have done incredibly well today. You are totally safe in this peaceful sanctuary. Breathe in the gentle air. The frantic energy of your daily survival mode is finally leaving your quiet mind. I am speaking a final prayer of divine sealing over your entire physical house tonight. I ask the highest heaven to place an unbreakable wall of pure white light around your fragile mind, so no dark entity is ever allowed to cross this sacred boundary again. The spiritual doors you just closed will remain permanently locked. You are completely hidden from the matrix. The wicked people who used to drain your precious energy can no longer perceive your location. Your unique frequency is completely invisible to their greedy spiritual radar now. When they try to send their toxic projections toward your resting mind, the white light will instantly dissolve their dark weapons. You do not even have to lift a single finger to defend yourself. You are shielded. You have officially entered the profound sanctuary of quiet authority. Your silence is your ultimate shield. Let the blind sleepers misunderstand your calm withdrawal from their chaotic drama. You no longer owe any worldly explanations to people who are absolutely committed to misunderstanding your gentle soul. Your highly expensive energy is strictly reserved for your divine purpose. The heavy generational debts of your entire bloodline are permanently cancelled today. You will sleep incredibly well tonight. The chaotic dreams that used to haunt your midnight hours are entirely banished. You will wake up tomorrow morning with a clear mind and a surprisingly light heart, while the universe carefully prepares your hands to receive the incoming mega deposit. But you must actively guard this sacred connection. Subscribe to this quiet sanctuary and turn on the bell right now. We do this so the dark enemy cannot intercept your future messages. This action is a powerful spiritual lock on your new frequency. It ensures that heaven can always reach you directly when the next divine instruction is ready to be quickly deployed. We do not chase hollow algorithms or worldly fame here. This space is a hidden lighthouse for the true chosen ones. Gently like this video as a physical seal of your absolute agreement with heaven. Every single interaction you make here sends a clear signal to the unseen realm, and it proves that you are finally ready to claim your rightful position at the high table. Do not let the temporary illusions of the physical world distract you tomorrow. When the sun rises again, the matrix will inevitably resume its loud and frantic noise. The blind sleepers will rush around chasing empty shadows and meaningless validation. But you will walk safely through the chaotic crowds with a secret and knowing smile resting quietly on your face. You know the absolute truth about your high identity now. You are a magnificent masterpiece of the divine creator. You are a brave cycle breaker who successfully rescued another broken soul from the deep mud. Heaven celebrates your pure heart tonight. The angels are actively arranging the specific worldly circumstances to deliver your promised blessings directly to your front door. Every closed door from your painful past is transforming into a massive golden bridge. Stay incredibly grounded in this beautiful new reality. Drink pure water to help your physical body process these massive energy shifts. Allow yourself to truly feel deep joy without constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop. Good things are finally allowed to happen to you now. The heavy curse of constant tragedy is completely broken. You absolutely deserve every single ounce of peace. Rest your weary soul. The profound battle is already won in the unseen spirit realm. I release you into your glorious season of effortless abundance and total clarity, and I pray that the deep peace of heaven guards your gentle mind forever. You are finally free.